So, got the motor in. Oh, ain't that cool? So, motor's in. So, it's in, not fully bolted in, and I had to extend the power plant frame 20 inches. Or in the works of extending it. So I got like plenty of room. Figure radiator sits about out to here. That's still 6-7 inches of fun space. So it could be I might just turbo this motor just to see what it got left in it. I am in mixed thoughts about running this this radiator. It's new. It's a 3-core. It bolts right up right now, but I can only fit one fan on there. And I was kind of liking the whole Miata stuff. But I got a couple spare oil coolers that I'm probably going to stick on here. And then let me show you under the car. The whole 20 inches that I had to stretch this Miata, or what was left of a Miata chassis, to make this work right. So, literally from this post, well, actually this door handle here, all the way forward is Miata, and then this is still Falcon, and then Miata, and then Falcon again, and same thing up front. But let's go underneath. So, right now I have this mocked up with some leftover shelving and a whole bunch of clamps. So that's 20 inches from where I cut it from there to there. Now, as much as I would love to just use a bunch of self-tappers and be done with this, that's even too hokey for me. And there's my crazy green subframe gizmo I made. I will probably make a bar in the middle. I just need to make sure it clears the cradle there, because as you see, finger, it's pretty close. It would have to loop down or loop back and forward again, which will probably be fine, because Taylor Ray just cracked his subframe in half and popped an axle loose, because I don't think he has one of these on his car. So his whole lower control arms were just bouncing around and just ate everything. But here's a look. There's my pretty fuel lines again, 3/8. I like to thank Ben's Miatas in Florida for hooking up the good price on the brackets. And of course you don't want gear oil all over the place. Put a glove on it, that way it doesn't stink. So I guess the lighting's actually halfway decent. You can see under my car pretty well. So this is all that Raptor liner. And so I ordered another PPF to cut 20 inches out of it, and a aluminum spool gun for my welder, and I'll pick up an argon tank and switch over to full gas instead of using flux core on that good old Johnny Lincoln over there. Things have been great. And spool gun the piss out of this. A couple of little reinforcement plates here and there, and then go get a drive shaft 20 inches longer. So yeah, that is where I'm at under there, waiting for parts and tools to come in. Yeah, the seats are in, which is really cool. Back seat needs a scoot into its spot more, but since I was moving the car, figure might as well throw everything in the car, set on top of the car. And yeah, feels good. Got brake pressure. The brakes are bled. Probably in one more time. Said motor's in. Oh, let's go to the other side. I wanted to bring up one more thing. So in my last video, I mentioned my little beauty clamps here. So these clamps here are actually -8 clamps on a 3/8 hose. They fit really, really nice. See, there's like no space. It's not crimping the hose. Now, this is what the Dash 6 stuff looks like. Look at the size difference. I mean, it's just 1/8 of an inch, but I mean, that is quite a bit. So if these sit on the pipe pretty big, so ends up being a big split in the middle. If you're into that kind of cool look, then so be it. Found the fuel neck. So I'm going to steal the hose off of it. So in case you guys don't know how your fuel tank works, gas goes in the red cap here, goes down the big tube, but all that extra air pressure has to come out of the tank. That's what this 1/2-inch pipe's for. And then you got that, you know, big old foreskin thing that covers this, that sucks all the air out of it. And that's what this silly nipple thing is. So I'm going to steal a chunk of this rubber hose to finish this guy here, and then cut this bracket off, make a nice one that connects here, and then yeah, and then go from there. But I guess that used to be a problem for these cars, was they had a really small nipple here slash rollover vent, which made it really hard, or would click the pump a lot, because the pressure build up and trip it thinking that it was overfilled. And then over here I got lucky that I ended up cutting those lines there, because originally those lines were supposed to bend, follow here, and then come out where this notch is, and these lines are supposed to do some weird loop-de-looped and hook up like that. But it turns out that these lines actually can go just straight back and connect like that. So I'll probably, or I will go 3/8, probably 6 inches of it, maybe even just 4, to that 3/8 to 5/16 adapter, and then connect to this. I believe that's my return. That's my feed, so the feed definitely needs to be a little bit longer. The fuel is done. Nice eBay motor mounts, or from eBay. Still need to do the clutch cylinder. And then, of course, the heater needs to go back in. And yeah, that is where I'm at. So, as you see, motor is in. The bay looks all nifty. I'm glad I actually painted it white, even though it got kind of jacked up, because I boo-booed the air pressure when I Raptor lined the underneath of the car. I had 43 stuck in my head, and I really needed like 24 psi. So too much air. That's where all the dust came from, and that's why it feels like sandpaper. It's braille. You could read the paint, but that's where I'm at. You know, steering wheel steers the wheels, the brake stops the car, the e-brake actually works. I have the sound deadening I could still put in while they wait for parts, and hook up the fuel line and paint the tank. And I am getting closer. You know, this thing might actually run before New Year's, which will be amazing. And it's stupid hot in here and I'm sweating. But thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, I guess. You know, there's always things to tinker with, like this guy here. I will probably weld a washer onto the end of that, so when this pulls it, it goes back. Easy electric trunk opener. But anyways, peace out.